Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another Kuji's Adventures. I am Kuji, and after last episode, me looking kind of like an idiot with redstone, I kind of want to show you how to do it. I kind of have a diagram this time, finally. So I'm kind of just, you can kind of see where things were set up actually. So I'm just going to place it back where those things were. And that's essentially my building blocks. And it's going to be a lot easier because now I'm actually inside a part of my castle, and that's actually something we've been working on. So I'll show you guys after. Um, but yeah, the hardest part, really, from what I can tell, is just hiding it, concealing it, making it as compact and out of the way so people don't mess with it or see it, and it just makes it still look like a normal functioning house on its own. And that's really tough. So without any more ado, I think I'm just gonna get started on this. So here's my power cell, memory cell, sorry, again. And so now that's, one's always gonna be on, one's always gonna be off. So I'm gonna need some kind of switch mechanism to be able to reset these, or change them from on and off. So now if I press this button, it switched them positions. If I press this one, it switched it again. So we're going to use that as one's a trigger and one's going to be a reset. But I want the dispensers to fire off a lot and just keep going until that reset button is pressed. So the only way I can really do that is by a repeater, and I showed you guys that for the doorbell that I made. So I'm just going to make this really quick. And it goes there and there. And we'll now attach it to the memory cell. Yeah, there we go. So it stops it. So now it's reset. So when I press this one, wait, yeah, there we go. So when I press that one, it starts freaking out again, and then this one will be the reset. I click that and it stops. Now, if it was a door, it would always be on. Like, you have to consider this is always on, so you might need to put an inverter. But the thing with dispensers is it only fires off once, so when it's on. And that's why you need the repeater, so it's constantly going on and off. And so for the dispensers, it's not a big deal, but you'd have to consider putting an inverter, like I said, if you were to put a door there, because it would always be open. But I mean, you wouldn't be putting a repeater on a door like that, so it's kind of redundant. But just have to keep that in mind. You're always having to you have to pay attention to where on and off is, so that you can appropriately set things. So now that that's set up, let's do this. And our two dispensers. Actually, we're not gonna actually hurt myself. I'm not gonna do that this time. I think I'm just gonna demonstrate this on the wall. I think that'll be the best idea. So I'm going to and actually, hold on a second. What? So I can put it on the back of that so it's also facing the wall. Because it opens up like a chest when you right click on it, so you can put stuff inside it. So when you're placing it down, it has to be on a separate block or something that doesn't open. You've probably dealt with that with chests and whatnot. But so yeah. Actually, I think this is not going to work. My bad. I actually have to put it a little bit further because of wait, do I? Yeah, I have to put it one side over. Just one place over, because redstone wires can't be touching each other, so I have to make this path do this, and something like that. So we'll set that up like that, get rid of that, and put the redstone. So the repeater is now going into two different streams, one to the bottom one and one to the top one. So, I don't need to move the switches, you'll get the full effect of it. So, in the dispensers, whatever you put in it, it will pick a random item from inside the dispenser and toss it out when it's turned on. Because it's already getting power on, it's not going to do it more than once. It has to be turned on and off, then turned on again before you get the next item. So, basically, I think it might be this one. Ooh. Booby trap. Yay. I think that's pretty awesome. That is a lot of arrows. And one thing to keep in mind is that something being shot out of a dispenser, whether it be an arrow, an egg, or what was the other one? Snowballs. If those items are being thrown out of the dispenser, you can't get them back. They're considered thrown. So, yeah, I just kind of wasted all of those arrows. I didn't actually lose that many of them. I had 2 full stacks, but you can see that could be pretty effective if it's something, you know, barricaded off through there and on this side, and maybe the switch is on the other side of the wall, so you have like a really narrow area, and it's just booby trap. I mean, you put a pressure plate, they walk on it, and it just starts firing a bunch of arrows at them. Maybe if you're pretty smart about it, you could use the same memory cell and trigger the door that's behind them, make it an iron door so they can't open it anymore, and make it closed so it's stuck closed once the switch turns off, which I think could actually be done. It would have to be done with this wire here, so the switch would have to be moved slightly over. Actually, the switch would have to be somewhere else because of how you would build your walls, but I mean, all you would have to do is really just move all this stuff around, try to figure out what you want to do with it in the space you have. That's the toughest part, is like trying to figure out how much space you have. Like, this is using the memory cell, and essentially it's just the memory cell, so this resets it, and then if you go inside this, so it's kind of actually the same idea, but imagine the door was the dispensers, and there's a path going to the left or right or something. They hit this, door closes. As many times as I hit this switch, it's not going to open up the door, and that's become on. So let's say that it's 2 dispensers with a repeater. You're trapped, and arrows are firing at you in a very small space. I think that would be pretty effective, and I actually want to use that for a house. So I'm not sure exactly how I'll do it yet, but it'll be something like this. I thought this would be interesting to show you guys, because last video was a little embarrassing, personally. But you can see that it does work, it's just, you have to figure it out, you have to spend some time. I maybe spent about 20 minutes just drawing out stuff, trying stuff out to make sure it worked, and like actually showed you guys this time that it does indeed work. So, I hope this was an interesting video for you guys. Leave your comments suggesting what you think I should be doing with redstone, and other than that, I think that's it for this episode. So I'm taking off. See you guys later.